Greetings, class. Welcome to another session of Basic Calculus. This is Quarter 3, Week 7. Our topic is about implicit differentiation and related rates. So we start now with implicit differentiation. As you would remember, since the start of this course, that we are getting the derivative of a function with only an x variable. So sabi nga natin, usually we are solving or getting the derivative of this kind of function, no? So, papansin natin, we have only x variables. Another example is this one, na mga ganyan klase ng problems. Now, what if meron tayong both x and y? So, I will give you an example. Let's say we have here 3y squared plus 2x to the fourth is equals to 0. So, sabi natin, meron tayong hindi lang isang variable. We have another variable which is y. So, we will solve this using implicit differentiation. All you have to do is we differentiate both sides of the equation with respect to x and get the value of dy over dx. The tip here is every time you differentiate a y value, add a dy over dx to it. Okay? Para maintindihan palalo, we now solve this function. So this equation can be written as like this one, no? We transferred 2x to the fourth to the other side, it becomes negative. And then we differentiate. 3y squared is 6y. And then for every y na madi-differentiate, we add dy over dx. And then to the other side, this is negative 8x cubed. And then sabi natin, we need dy over dx. So we transfer 6y to the other side by dividing both sides by 6y. So this becomes negative 8x cubed over 6y. Or it can be simplified as negative 4x cubed over 3y. So this can't be simplified any further. The final answer is this one. Another example. In this problem, we are to use or we are to apply the product rule. So we have x squared, just copy x squared, and derivative of y is 1 dy over dx. So again, kada nagde-derivative tayo ng y, nagdadagdag tayo ng dy over dx. And then plus, and then y, the second one, times the derivative of x squared. So we have 2x. Plus, for this one, x times the derivative of y squared is 2y. And then magdadagdag tayo ng dy over dx for every y being differentiated. Plus y squared times the derivative of x, which is 1. So this is it. And then equals the derivative of 3x, which is this one, is 3. Next step is we isolate yung mga walang dy over dx to the other side para mahiwalay sila. So we have here x squared times 1 is just x squared dy over dx. And then yung kasama niya, ito, no? We have, arrange lang natin siya ng plus 2xy dy over dx. So, yan yung may mga dx. Itong dalawa, this one and this one, we transfer to the other side. We have equal to 3. This one to the other side is negative 2xy. And then this one to the other side is negative y squared. And then we can factor this out by dy over dx, which is the common factor. Will give us x squared plus 2xy equals to 3 minus 2xy minus y squared. And then divide both sides by x squared plus 2xy, no, para matransfer ito sa kabila. So we have dy over dx equals to 3 minus 2xy minus y squared over x squared plus 2xy. Okay, this can't be simplified any further, so the final answer is this one. Now we do a third example. We have, let's say we have 4 cosine of x times sine y is equals to 1. So we will solve this using implicit differentiation again kasi meron siyang x and y variables. Okay, first thing to do is to isolate, or yung 4, i-transfer natin to the other side by dividing both sides by 4. So magiging ganyan siya. Cosine x sine y 1 over 4. And then since ito ay product rule, itong cosine x times sine y, we differentiate that. So yung cosine x, the first one, times the derivative of sine y. The derivative of sine y is cosine y. So cosine y, since y yung dinidifferentiate natin, lagyan natin siya ng dy over dx. And then plus sine y, yung second, times the derivative of cosine x. The derivative of cosine x is negative sine x. And then the derivative of 1/4 is 0. Okay, we isolate the dy dx, and then yung walang dy dx to the other side. So this one to the other side will become negative, becomes positive, no? So we just arrange yung, unahin lang natin yung sin x, then next is yung sin y. So negative siya, to the other side is positive. And then we transfer cosine x cosine y to the other side by dividing both sides by cosine x times cosine y, will give us okay. Now we can simplify this further. Sabi nga natin, no, sine over cosine is tangent. So this can be written also by tangent x times tangent y. So the final answer is this one. Okay, we move to another lesson. The lesson here is related rates. Related rates tell us how fast something is changing with respect to time, which is t. So there are several steps involved in solving related rates problem, usually for worded problems. So let's solve problems to better understand the process or the sequence. Let's have a problem if x squared plus y squared is equals to 25, and dx over dt is equals to 7. Find dy over dt when x is equals to 3. So we determine the given. So nakikita naman natin dito sa problem na to. It is very visible. Next, we substitute x is equals to 3 to the working equation. X squared, we have 3. X is 3. So magiging 3 squared plus y squared is equals to 25. We can now solve y. No? Masosolve natin yung y. So 3 squared is 9 plus y squared is equals to 25. Y squared is 25 minus 9 becomes 16, or this can be written as y is equals to square root of 16. Y is equals to square root of 16 is positive and negative 4. Meron tayong two values of y, which is positive and negative 4. Now, next step is we have the working equation. x squared plus y squared is equals to 25. We differentiate both sides with respect to time by multiplying both sides with d over dt. Okay, so x squared is 2x and then dx over dt plus differentiate y squared will becomes 2y dy over dt. The derivative of a constant is equals to 0. Then we are going to find dy over dt. We substitute the given values x is equals to 3 and dx over dt is equals to 7. And then we are going to use first y is equals to positive 4. 2 times x is equals to 3. Ito yon. And then we have dx over dt is equals to 7 times 7 plus 2. And then we have positive 4 muna for dy over dt is equals to 0. 2 times 3 times 7 will give us 42 plus 8 dy over dt is equals to 0. And then 42 to the other side becomes negative 42. And then we divide both sides by 8. And then we can simplify this as negative 21 over 4. This is when y is equals to positive 4. Now we will use y is equals to negative 4. We will just change the sign of positive 4 to negative 4 in this portion. This will becomes negative 8. Negative divided by negative will become positive. So the answer when y is negative 4 is positive 21 over 4. Okay, next example. If the radius of a circle increases at a rate of 0.01 inch per second, find the rate of change of the area when the radius is 3 inches long. So first step is to identify the given values from the problem. So this is a worded problem. We have a given. Ang given dito, so we have 0.01 inch per second. So this is the dr over dt, 0.01. Sabi natin, take note of the word increases. Kaya ang 0.01 is positive, no? This one. And then we have another given which is the radius at 3 inches long. We write 3. So that is the first step. Second step is we let A as the area, R as radius, and T as time, as we did here at our given. And third, we determine the given, which is the rate of change of the radius with respect to time as 0.01 na nagawa na natin dito sa given. And then yung fourth, we determine what to find, and that is the rate of change of the area, which is written as derivative of the area with respect to time. Fifth step, which is to determine the working equation. Since ang pinag-uusapan natin dito is about the circle, then we have the keyword area. We are going to use the area is equals to pi r squared. This equation shows the relationship between the area to the radius. So now we go on to the solution. Sabi nga natin, yung working equation natin na gagamitin, which shows the relationship between the area and the radius is the area of the circle. Now, gagawin natin is we differentiate both sides with respect to time. So this becomes dA over dt equals to, so we differentiate pi r squared. Itong r squared is 2r pi. Or pwede nating ayusin siya ng ganito. 2 pi r. And then we have dr over dt. Now we substitute the value of r given is r is equals to 3. So dito tayo. Para makuha natin yung value ng dA over dt. We have 2 pi, r is 3. And then we have another one which is the dr over dt. Given niya is 0.01. So multiplied by 0.01. Now, we multiply 2 times 3 times 0.01 and leave the pi behind. We will have 0.06 pi. So the answer here is dA over dt, which is the rate of change of the area, is equals to 0.06 pi square inch per second. Our last example na makikita sa inyong module, a water droplet falls onto a still pond and creates concentric circular ripples that propagate away from the center. Assuming that the area of a ripple is increasing at the rate of 2 pi centimeter squared per second, and the rate at which the radius is increasing at the instant when the radius is 10 centimeter. So sabi nga natin, isulat natin yung given is the rate of change of the area of the ripple which is increasing. So it is written as derivative of A with respect to time is positive because ang keyword dito is increasing, is equals to positive 2 pi. Next given is the radius, which is equal to 10 centimeter. Now, we let A as the area, R as for the radius, and T for time. And then we are going to find the rate of change of the radius with respect to time, which is dr over dt. And then next step is to find the working equation. Since we are talking about a circle here, and then we have the area and the radius, katulad nung nakaraang problem, our working equation will be area is equals to pi r squared. And then we differentiate both sides with respect to time. R squared is 2r. So, ganito na lang gagawin natin, no? 2 pi and then dito yung r para mas maganda yung arrangement. And then we have dr over dt. Ang hinahanap natin is dr over dt. And take note that dA over dt is given as 2 pi. No? Baguhin natin to, gawin natin to 2 pi is equals to 2 pi r dr over dt para makuha natin yung value ng dr over dt. So, we divide both sides by 2 pi r para ma-isolate yung dr over dt. Dito yung dr over dt, 2 pi over 2 pi r. So, makakancel yung 2 pi. And then, we know the r is equal to 10. So, maging 1 over r or 1 over 10. The value of dr over dt is equals to 1 over 10. Or the radius of the circular ripple is increasing at the rate of 1 over 10 centimeter squared. Thank you very much and hope you learned from this lesson. I will see you on my next video. Goodbye and stay safe always.